Welcome to SVG-TV's news of Wednesday, December 16, 2015. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. In an effort to ensure that the Christmas spirit is felt by all, the New Democratic Party NDP says that they will halt all protests against what they believe was a fraudulent December 9, 2015 general election. Since Monday, December 14th, the NDP has been staging pickets in front of the financial complex and at the electoral office. But in a radio address last night, party leader Annie Eustace announced that they will suspend all protest action as of today. Eustace said that his party has also been listening to the concerns of the business community and will continue to act responsibly to matters pertaining to national development.
Our many supporters, friends and well-wishers, as well as the intent patriots, have asked us to be mindful of the already curtailed Christmas observances. Businesses, particularly small businesses and vendors, that have already had a difficult year in this faltering economy under the gun-salve regime, have said they want a short period to try to keep their heads above water. We in the NDP have heard you. The people, ever conscious of their democratic rights, can and will do what they want in this immediate period. But officially, our party shall not organize any public actions for the next few days.
Eustace, however, noted that the protest action will continue after the Christmas season and called on Vincentians to pray for the nation.
But we are continuing to plan a series of massive protests right after Christmas. The people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines have also told us to not let this injustice stand, and we have also heard them. So this struggle shall continue after Christmas. We therefore want to wish the nation a prayerful Christmas, one in which you reach out to God for resolution to our problem. Remember that prayer is very powerful.
The NDP leader says that they have been working on a strategy to combat what they believe were not fair elections by writing to the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, as well as filing a legal motion in court to what they claim is documented evidence of illegal activities during the election process.
We have written to the Organization of East Caribbean States, formally complaining about the illegitimate installment of Ralph Gonsalves as Prime Minister. We have asked for the use of the regional mechanism to ensure that democracy is saved and protected in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Secondly, our first legal motions regarding these elections will also be filed in our court on Wednesday. That is tomorrow. We are moving to challenge these flawed elections in the court, where we are confident of legal redress.
Despite being cordoned off and having some notable police present, some NDP supporters continue to picket the electoral office today and voice their concerns about not having free and fair elections. The small group of demonstrators say they are not deterred by the barricade and will continue to show their disparagement whether or not the NDP has suspended its actions for the Christmas season. One of the activists, Robert Apache's Knights, says that the group is conscious of the struggle of many who have fought for freedom and that they will ensure that democracy is kept alive. Knight says while the NDP as a party has the right to choose if they want to picket, they are doing so on their own accord and not following the party's agenda.
We respect the leader of the opposition in the NDP. I'm a supporter of the NDP, but they cannot guide me and tell me and determine what I must do and what once I'm within the ambit of the law, I'm going to come here for as long as I am desirous of doing that. I'll be here 24/7. If take stock, the opposition have their own agenda and their own approach. We the people you see here, we feel very hurt about Mr. Gonsalves being the Prime Minister of this country. So we are coming here whether opposition sanction it, no yes. We're here on our own volition.
The SVG Green Party today filed a claim in the High Court of Justice here in SVG seeking judicial review on a number of matters in relation to the December 9th general elections. A party leader, Ivan O'Neill, told SVG-TV News that he preferred not to go into details of the application at this time. However, they are hoping for a favorable outcome.
No, I don't really want to go in. In my opinion, I believe the matters are sub judice, and I don't want to go into them at this point in time. But what I can say, the SVG Green Party, we will inform the people of this country on the development as a consequence of this application that was filed for leave for judicial review on the election.
Well, we know, if you know, because you said that you don't want to go into the details of the claims that you've made and in terms of asking for a judicial review. How do you feel about how your party fared in this general elections in terms of the support from the intention voting public?
Well, I don't feel that you know, to say that the people they were fair. I mean, the election, in my opinion.
When asked about how he felt his party and his candidates fared in the just concluded general elections, O'Neill says they were placed at a disadvantage, and he doesn't believe intentions gave enough consideration to some of the key factors affecting the country when they voted.
No, I think the intention public radio were sort of pushed by the unfairness of the election, the sort of pattern, the amount of money we spent on the election. They didn't bother to look at manifestos in this country and the way forward on the economy and so on. They have not looked at the economy and the manifesto. I mean, we've had so much fat and free food. That's what has been running this country, fat and free food. They have not bothered to look at manifestos, but what is important is to see how the legal body, the High Court, deal with the SVG Green Party application for for the leave for judicial review. People have not bothered to look at the and I don't want to really go into that at this point in time. Let us wait and see what the outcome of the leave for judicial review is before we go forward and look at the manifestos and so on.
It is the intention of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to establish shortly a broad-based National Economic Advisory Council. The announcement was made on Monday by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves at a cabinet swearing-in ceremony held at Heritage Square. Making up of highly qualified persons drawn from SVG, the region and the diaspora, Dr. Gonsalves said that the council will fall under the newly designed Ministry of Economic Planning, Sustainable Development, Industry, Internal Trade, Information and Labor.
The NEAC must not be confused with NESDEC. NESDEC represents a series of interests which are directed towards the subject of poverty alleviation. The NEAC will be drawn from appropriate professionals from business and labor. The central role of the National Economic Advisory Council would be to provide valuable advice and guidance to the government on the economic development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Determined to begin the transition to a new generation of leaders, Dr. Gonsalves noted that a lot of his former ministerial responsibilities have been disbursed to other members of the cabinet.
A cursory perusal of the scheduled subjects within the Prime Minister's portfolio would indicate that I have divested myself of several areas of ministerial responsibility, such as economic planning and development, statistics and census, private sector development and investment, including Invest SVG. I am determined to begin the gradual transition to a new generation of leaders. Of course, as Prime Minister, my coordinating role of all the ministers will continue to be pivotal.
The Prime Minister further highlighted that his aim is to push for talented, fresh faces of merit across the political divide, all of which is to be done without in any way compromising experience and wise personnel.
It does not mean that we are forgetting experience. Not at all. But we have to have a proper blend. And we have to ensure that we open it up for younger persons of talent to oversee the operation of these statutory boards and state-owned enterprises. Similarly, there will be some changes in personnel in our missions overseas. The process of renewal must be embarked upon with the necessary and desirable focus and urgency. After all, why have we had the education revolution if not to find spaces for some of the younger men and women who have come through the system and whom we know are of quality? We have to provide that.
In other news, workers of the Bukuma Bay Resort showed their discontent today when, according to reports, the management failed to pay them their November salary. Reports are that when the workers turned up to work, they congregated in front of the hotel complex and stayed there for some time. When SVG-TV news team visited the five-star resort, the disgruntled workers had already dispersed. Reports are that the early shift employees refused to work and their defiance raised the attention of management, who had to assure them that they would get their salary payments. Reports are that some employees had a portion of their salary transferred into their bank accounts during the day. SVG-TV News made several attempts to speak with a member of the management team on the issue, but we were told that they were unavailable. And tributes on the life of a former member of Parliament and Attorney General Grafton, Cephas Isaacs, was given yesterday as he was laid to rest at a state funeral held at the Kingston Methodist Church. At the service, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Deputy Prime Minister Sir Louis Straker, daughter Joan Woodley, and Sister Olive Isaacs bid their final farewells to the man described as a defender of women's rights.
The government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I extend profound condolences to his widow and family, and I do the same on behalf of the Unity Labour Party, the successor party which Grafton served, and of which he was a strong supporter up to the moment of his death. Farewell, my comrade. My soul, this is what he said, my soul is at peace with God. I prayed with him, bidding farewell, goodbye, and waiting for God's will to be done. May he rest in peace until we meet on the other side, never to part again. I know you have angels laughing out your love. Your dad wasn't a good man. He was a great man. May he rest in peace and may he find comfort in all the good memories. And so, Brother Grafton, with tremendous sadness, we bid you farewell as you enter the pearly gates to claim your crown of righteousness. May God grant you eternal rest. God be with you till we meet again. Chatel.
December 16 to the 24th is celebrated annually as SVG's National 9 Mornings Festival, and from midnight, persons witness the official launch and lighting of Heritage Square in capital city Kingston, where all of the main 9 Mornings activities will be taking place. Though off to a late start, this year the festival is expected to match the fun and excitement of previous years as Vincentians and visitors celebrate a unique Vincentian tradition. We hear more on the proceedings early this morning in this report from SVG-TV's Nikita Tony.
And it is indeed so, as Vincentians in and around capital Kingston gathered at Heritage Square in the wee hours of this morning, Wednesday, December 16th, for the official launch of the National 9 Morning Festival 2015. The festival, which should have been launched on Sunday, November 29, 2015, runs from the 16th to the 24th of December from 4 a.m. daily, not only in Kingston, but in various communities across St. Vincent and Grenadines. Apologizing for the postponement of the official launching ceremony, representative from the Ministry of Culture, Anthony Tibbles, in his opening remarks, said that he is pleased to see the continuation of the festival, as it is indeed a celebration of a unique Vincentian tradition. He proceeded to the counting down for the lighting of the square.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with the lighting of the square, I take the opportunity to declare 9 Mornings 2015 officially launched.
Expressing his delight in seeing his fellow men participate in something that is spiritual and cultural, Monsignor Michael Stewart said that the 9 morning period is a time of prayer and preparation for the celebration of Jesus Christ.
It's a time when we implore God's help. We implore God for special graces so that we may live our lives to please God and not ourselves. So we can see or say that the 9 morning period, the novena period, is a period when we prepare ourselves through prayer for the celebration of the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
He further instilled that it is only through prayer that one can achieve anything, noting that as a people, Vincentians are called to live with the presence of Christ in their midst.
He has come. He will come again. We are called to live in the interim. And I propose to you that living in the interim means living, especially in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at this time, living in unity. God has created us in this land as one people to live together.
As the morning went on, there were appearances from community groups and festival mascot The Rooster, with interactive games and prize giving. With only 8 mornings remaining, Vincentians and visitors alike are being urged to go out and participate in various community activities. Reporting for SVG-TV Evening News, I am Nikita Tony.
Here are some of the highlights of the performances this morning at Heritage Square.
Officially launched.
And give praise to the Almighty King.
Mighty God, have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my own.
This is not a yard fowl, so you're not allowed to knock it down and cook it.
My name is Chin Chin. I'm from Anambra.
Excuse you, who? Ni hao, his name is Chin Chin.
In in the northern part of the island at Point Village became full of light and life last evening as that community held its opening night of its 9 Mornings activities. A deputy chairman of the National 9 Mornings Committee, Lennox Bowman, said his organization has continued to give support and assistance to the community in organizing their light as well as donations of gift to the children of the community. He also noted that the National 9 Mornings Committee is involved in the creation of a broad range of local music to maintain the uniqueness of the festival.
And using music and supporting the lighting up and the 9 Mornings concert to produce for St. Vincent what is now become the best 9 Mornings ever and the place to be for Christmas when one thinks about Christmas. What we want to happen eventually is that anybody from wherever they are in the Caribbean world, when they think about Christmas, they must think about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we really just working hard every year, doing our part to build a festival, to build a spirit that is second to none.
SVG-TV news team took the opportunity to interview some of the visitors who were in attendance, and they expressed what they enjoyed most.
Oh, I enjoy it very much. I just arrived here today and came right up here for the celebration. So I enjoy it very much.
What I like, I like everything about St. Vincent so far, but most of all here tonight is what I can feel is the strong family tie. Family means everything. I love family. And you know, that's what I see and feel, the togetherness of families in this village.
And I love everything about St. Vincent, the culture, the music, the food, the vibes, these lights, and Point is the best village in the whole of St. Vincent, I think. And tonight's lighting up is amazing, and it's always amazing.
And in the Stubbs area, a number of persons came out to be part of that community's 9 Mornings celebration. The activities included singing of Christmas carols by various choirs, performances in dance, and the playing of the steel pan by the Southeast Development Incorporated Steel Orchestra. We hear more on that event in this report by Barvin Oliver.
Speaking at the opening of the 9 Mornings celebrations in Stubbs, Minister of National Mobilization and representative of South Windward, Frederick Stevenson, called on all persons to focus on the meaning of Christmas and 9 Mornings, not just for Stubbs, but the entire nation. Stevenson called on all members of the community of Stubbs to give their full support so that Stubbs can win the best 9 Mornings community for a 5th consecutive year.
We have won the best 9 Mornings community for the last 4.5 years, and I want to say to you that again, here at Stubbs, we're going to win it for 5 years. We're going to win it for the 5th year. A whole hand. A whole hand. And we could only win it if every single individual in this community come out and support the activities. And we're starting tomorrow morning, and God's willing, you will be seeing me here every single morning. I've been here in the past, and I assure you that I will be with you for this year and next year and the year after.
President of the Southeast Development Incorporated, SEDI, Rosita Snag, says this year's theme is a fishy Christmas in commemoration of the blessings that the community received in recent times in the variety and quantity of fish. She is also confident that Stubbs will hold the title for a 5th consecutive year despite many challenges.
Stubbs is known for its 9 Mornings. This is the 4th year we have won 4 in a row. And I'll tell you, somebody stole that one from us, a minister. But it's 4, we have had 4 in a row. and we are going for 5 a whole hand.
Nine Morning Celebrations is held in many communities across St. Vincent and the Grenadines every morning for 9 mornings before Christmas. Marvin Oliver for SVG Television Evening News.